Sean Brown, Rivals.com, Scarlet Nation here with Rutgers 2016 quarterback commit Anthony Russo, Archbishop Wood. He's got the jacket on, a member of the 2016 class, the Elite 11. Anthony, let's talk about that. Big honor for you. You know, you kind of little known guy around this time last year, and now you're going to Elite 11 in a couple weeks. Just tell me about that quest to get to Elite 11 and working for Oregon in a couple weeks.
Yep. I mean, it's really the whole process has been a blessing for me. Just being able to compete with some of the best quarterbacks in the country and being coached by the best quarterback coaches in the country has just been such a blessing for me. And to be able to go through that whole process and now go to the finals next week out in Oregon it's just such a cool experience for me and something that I don't want to take. I want to take it slow and really soak in everything I get because I don't want it to go by quick. But I'm real excited, and it's such a blessing for me to be able to make it.
All right, just tell me, obviously you competed well at the Jersey camp, and then you got the call a couple days before you had to get to LA. How crazy was that week? Scramble, get to LA, and then compete, and then move on to Oregon.
Yeah, it was crazy. They called me on Monday and asked me to fly out Friday, so finding flight, stuff like that was crazy, but Nike was great. They helped us out with everything, and then going out there was just such a cool experience. Just hanging out with some of the guys that I've been reading about since my freshman year, and even though I'm not as big a name as some of the guys out there, just being able to hang out and compete with them was such a cool experience. I mean, California was beautiful. The facilities, all the gear we got was beautiful. It was just such an awesome experience to be able to go out there and compete.
And just, how has that changed, just the way people receive you now? Now, like you say, you're a bigger known name, on a national perspective now, locally as well. Are you received differently around town and just your peers in the football world?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that helps me a lot with recruiting for Rutgers. Being able to be known as an Elite 11 quarterback can really help me out with trying to grab some different tight ends and receivers and running backs and linemen and stuff like that. So I think being able to have that title as an Elite 11 quarterback can really help me out in the recruiting world.
All right, you mentioned that the whole recruiting thing. Everyone looks to the quarterback as a leader, both on the field and recruiting-wise as well. Who are some of the guys, whether it's through social media, on the phone, or even here today at the passing camp, you're really trying to dialogue with and build relationships with?
I've been talking to Chase Claypool a lot. Went over and saw him competing today. He's an absolute stud. He's someone that I would really love to get. Giancarlo Valentine and Yasir Durant, we just saw them inside. Those are two dudes that I would love to be able to throw behind and have them blocking for me. And then Brad Hawkins is another one that I was hanging out with in the stadium. Trying to get him to commit. He's got Rutgers in his top school, so he's another one that we want to get.
All right, and what's your message? Is it short and sweet, like, hey, we're just building something? Like, what are you telling these guys when you get a chance to talk to them?
I just want the guys to know that we just got something special going on here. We got a special group of guys, some special coaches, and a special program. And I mean, Rutgers is such a program. It's on the rise, and being a new school to the Big Ten, it's only going to be a couple years from now until Rutgers is taking over the Big Ten, and we're just going to be winning Big Ten championships. And we just want guys that want to come in and compete and have the same goals as us.
All right, you mentioned a recruiting class in the stadium. Also, your two guys on, Taysir Mack and Ahmed Ba, receivers at Grand Street. You got a chance to dialogue with those guys, I'm sure. Also, what'd you think? Were you salivating watching the work out there on the field?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not got a chance to talk to them. They're great dudes, but just watching them on the field, they're two absolute studs and two guys that I know I'm gonna work great with. So I can't wait to be able to have the opportunity to be thrown to those guys.
All right, and then, fast forward to the opening now, obviously a really huge event. Have you got a chance to kind of scout your roster, see who you're playing with? And I know you got a playbook you have to study as well. So tell me about how that whole process is going to prepare for your time at Oregon.
I've had to play with for about 2 weeks. It's real thick, but it's a lot of stuff that we did at the Elite 11 semifinals out in California, so that hasn't been too bad. But, I mean, I took a look at the roster. Kareem Walker is a big name that I saw that's on my team, so I'm real excited to be able to have him in my backfield. And then Shea Patterson and Dylan Stern Cole, the two other quarterbacks, are two great dudes that I got to meet out in California, so I'm looking forward to be able to work with them and go win the opening 7-on-7 championship with them as well.
So I know you're probably being Kareem here a little bit as well about joining you here at Rutgers as well. And then, lastly, going to your senior season, there's going to be some kind of change a little bit in the offense at Archbishop Wood. You're going to be leaning on a bit more than Wood has in the past as a quarterback. How excited are you to kind of be the main man in that offense and, be the real engine this year?
I'm real excited. We have a great group of receivers, a real great line that's coming in. We have a bunch of young talent, so I'm really just channeling everyone's energy and really just having everyone focus on the goal of winning another state championship is what I want to do. But I'm real excited for this season, and I know that we're going to do great.
Anthony Russo. Russo, Archbishop Wood, Rutgers quarterback commit, here hanging out, getting ready for your Elite 11 in a couple of weeks. Thanks, Anthony.